Hey lovelies, welcome back to my channel. Sorry I sound a little raspy. I'm still getting over that sickness, just recovering from my throat. But anyways, today I'm going to start getting into how to change your mindset. These are just going to be things that I have included into my life that have honestly drastically changed my life. Truthfully, all these steps that I have taken, I wake up differently and I've done so much more than I have in the past years when I was young, wild, and free. Okay, let me tell you. So let me show you some tips and tricks and some things that you can incorporate into your life that could possibly change you for the better. You'll probably pick up these habits and you won't let them go once you start. Now, I've divided these things into 6 categories that I believe are best. And I know you're here for a good time, not a long time. So let's go ahead and continue to get into this new mindset that you are working on and I'm working on. So we're going to get better at this. Okay. First one, guys, I want to get into is journaling. Now, journaling, honestly, has no range. You can literally buy like a blank slate. Hold on, let me bring out my teacher bag. These are my main journals. I keep these at home. I'll take like a blank slate little notepad with me on the go. But for the most part, guys, I feel like journaling is something you want to get into. And I know it's nighttime right now, or I might not even show that it's nighttime. I might just be talking and showing you things. But I think it's something that you should take at least 15, if not like a solid 10 minutes to just write out, hey, what are my goals today? What are the steps I'm going to take? Did I eat breakfast? Have I drank water? How much water have I drank? Am I gonna go exercise? Maybe you already did that, you know? Things to be mindful about. Now, with journaling, you don't always have to write out something, but you can always get you a book that'll just like stimulate you and your brain to make you think like, you know what? Like, that's right. Like, you're right. And it just helps you reflect on some things. Maybe not, like your past traumas. You don't always need to look deeper within yourself unless you haven't gone across that bridge yet. You know, like you need to realize where certain things got you acting like, and I'm sorry to put it that way, but it's basically like how you grew up and your traumas. Have you faced it, realized it, understood it, and now you're ready to go through your evolution and grow up from it and just do better overall. You know what I'm saying? You can either let it consume you or you can let it help you grow. You know, you can grow from it, you can learn from it. Like, what are your takeaways? You feel me? And that's the thing about journaling, guys. It's gonna help you grow, whether you like it or not. You taking 10 minutes out your day, filling out, my fitness, what did I do? What type of activity, the duration, my mental health, you know, how I overcame an obstacle, what can I let go of? You feel me? Like, what's my mood right now? How could I fix that? Why do I feel this way? Am I gonna let this haunt me? Am I gonna let it bother me? What's the next step? You feel me? And in these journals, they're not all the same. They're not all blank slates, guys. Like, everything is so, like, there's so much variation out there. Let me tell you, you can buy literally anything to your liking or even make it yourself. And I think that's just such a beautiful thing because it just gives you all the tools you need to get your day started and your mental started. Because if it's not working here, if it's not clicking, Steven, it's not clicking, and it's not clicking, okay? So you need to take some time, I believe, to review and reflect and explain and physically and visually jot it for the sake of you, okay? Word of advice from me. I want y'all to be mindful that you can always make this fun, make it so personal, you know? You don't have to track your progress if that's not a goal you're looking for. If you're just looking to get into different routines to stimulate your mind and get you to feel proactive and get over that procrastination stage, this is a step you do not want to skip, I promise you. All right, we're gonna get into number 2, which is health / eating better, your eating habits. Now, I'm nobody sorry. I'm nobody to be talking because I do struggle to eat the beneficial foods that for the most part most people do tend to eat, but I do my own remixes and I'm still able to get all my nutrients that I need to. For example, I'm not a vegetable person. I am a smoothie, fruit, seafood, meaty type of girl. So I will go ahead and blend any fruits that I want together, get those nutrients. I'll probably bake some fruit into like pancakes or muffins. Those are really things that I'm big on because I will I will cook in bulk basically, and I'll set it up so that way I have some breakfast in the morning to eat, so that way I'm not rushing and it's at home and I don't have to go buy it and spend extra money on things that I don't need to be spending extra money on, you know. I do go ahead and buy already pre-made like turmeric shots, ginger shots, probiotic shots, all of that stuff, all that goodness, because in the mornings I can't tell you, like, that's the most crucial part of the day for me, because that's gonna set you up. Like, to me, that's step one in a sense. Maybe I should have made that step one. Anyways, no, because I like to drink some water, alkalized or mineral water. I do advise, you know, getting something in your system that does not have a lot of fruit. So if you're making yourself a fruit smoothie and all that stuff like me, I will add like a little bit of brown sugar, though it is brown sugar, okay? It's not white sugar, because that sugar is bleach. You want to reduce your intake on that as much as possible, because the sugar is what's going to make you slow and you'll probably have a sugar crash. And plus, cancer likes to cling to that, okay? So try to reduce it. Also in this category, besides the whole breakfast thing with the smoothies and the pancakes and the yada yada yada, I love to cook at home. I cannot tell you how cooking at home, it has saved me a lot of money. Yeah, I get tempted and every so often I'll go ahead and buy food out. Maybe I'm short on time. That's probably like the main reason. I'm probably pressed on time, and I think that's the only time you really should buy out. Other than that, you should learn the skill. Why not take the time? Why not just practice, you know? Maybe you're not someone that can cook inside, but outside on a grill, you a beast. You feel me? Like, just dabble in some stuff and I promise you, like, you will find what works for you. Maybe you're not someone that cooks on the stove. Maybe you're a person that uses the air fryer. Maybe you don't use an air fryer. Maybe you're the guy that's like, oh, I'm a microwave some meals. Now, I think you should reheat food you already cooked, but store-bought microwavable like meals ready to go, guys, it's definitely not it, and it's definitely going to catch up with you. I will tell you that. Though I'm not at that stage, and I'm not gonna be at that stage, and I don't want to see y'all at that stage either, okay? So just listen to the words that are coming out of my mouth, for really. Okay, we're going with number 3. And that is going to be our outdoor time spending. I don't know what else to call this. Just go outside. I'm not saying you guys need to go to these parks, go to the water park, go into the woods, you know, and the safari and all that stuff. No. Like, wherever you live, whether it's a house, a complex, a motel, like, I'm pretty sure there is some slate of land, or even just stepping outside and walking the block could do you some good. Now, I know a lot of people as of 2020 got used to working from home and being at home because it's less risk. And then as time went on, unconsciously, we kind of are still like very comfortable and feel safe at home, and rather just do things at home and be like, no, I'm gonna skip out. No, that's not my scene. That's not what I do. Totally understand, right? I love being in the comfort of my home. I love doing everything that you could possibly think of at home. But there's a point in time where if you're not giving yourself the proper like nutrition, you can get sick from being at home. And I forgot in Spanish how to say this, but it's like, like staying in bed, like the more time you spend in bed, like the bed's gonna make you sick. You know what I'm saying? If anybody knows that, please drop that in the comments, please. But yes, like even going barefoot and walking into grass for just a little bit on a nice day, and even if it's sunny outside, drink some water, just feel the breeze, feel the sun, though use some sun protection, okay? Because we're not trying to get all these UV burns and all this, none of that, okay? Whatever you're gonna catch from the sun, too much of the sun, don't do that, okay? Still protect yourself, but still go get your nutrients and just enjoy yourself. Go for a stroll, go for a little jog or a fast-paced walk. If you have pets, like walk your dog, you feel me? More than you would. Walk your dog one more time in the day than you would, and try to enjoy it. Maybe plug in some music while you do it and just take some deep breaths and really just like feel the life that's here on earth. We have a lot of industrialization and deforestation, you know, that we're so used to. If you live in the city, you're used to city life, and that's why you're probably seeing way more construction every year, and it's just like ongoing, you feel me? So if you have the chance to embrace being outdoors, because it truly is beautiful. Maybe even try to grow something. I know in my own kitchen, I religiously grow green onions on my windowsill, because why not? And it's possible. If I had time, if I had even more time too, I totally would start planting and gardening. I think it's so amazing, and it would save you money and time, definitely, because it's all at your own home and at your own expense, because it's all about, you know, what you put in, is what you're gonna get out, basically. And you know, guys, if you're new here, you don't know this, but if you already know me, I do have my own child, and so if you have a kid or you have kids, take your kids out, bro. Like, they have so much energy. You might be like, oh my, you might be losing your mind. It's because you need to take those kids outside, baby, because I'll tell you, they will inspire you just by living. They're gonna give you that motivation. They're gonna give you that spark just by watching them. Be like, wow, bro, like you're gonna start reminiscing and not even realize it, okay? Because truthfully, it's all in our roots. That's where we started, just from the grasslands, okay? So really just connect with that, because your intuitive like sense is just gonna like, I don't know, like radiate and brighten up and open up even more when you do this. I promise you, because we're always constantly like either on our phones, on a computer, working for somebody with something electronic. So to turn it off, put it away, and just embrace like the outdoors, either by yourself or like with family, can be really beneficial. And it's proven time to time. Sometimes I'll be feeling sick. Sometimes I'm feeling, oh, I'm a little more tired than usual. Oh, okay, maybe I'm drinking water and eating right, but I hadn't gone outside, you know, spent any time out there. Got a good breath of fresh air. You know what I'm saying? So just keep all of that in mind, guys, truthfully. All right, we've entered category number 4, which is organization and planning. So under this category, guys, it's given, it's just given to me. Organization, the first thing I think of is my calendar. Every first of the month, or probably like 3 days prior to that, when the month previous is coming to an end, I'm already thinking about, okay, the first is coming up. Obviously, you need to pay your bills. Now, if you're a person that has various bills, I highly suggest you either writing out, maybe in your notes, maybe you like to physically make notes to yourself. Maybe you need to put it on a dry erase board of, oh, my Netflix, my rent, or your mortgage, my car payment, whatever it is, right? To get it all together. I believe in a day, if you are a person where you have to do X, Y, and Z, and you kind of feel scatterbrained about it, I think you need to make a list of everything you're trying to do in that day. Try not to cram everything you need to do in a week or everything you need to do in a month in like a day or like 2 days, because you're gonna overwhelm yourself. You should make a list of what you want to do that day or try to get done. be like, okay, now I just need to figure out the time. Maybe I'll spend, and this is what I call time blocking. So time blocking is basically, if you don't know, you could just either mentally do it or you could literally write it out. Say from like 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. So an hour. You want to crack down and sit down and read a book that you've been sitting on waiting. I'm gonna just sit down and read this for an hour. Maybe after that, from like 10 to 10:30, oh, maybe I want to go ahead and start my dishes so that way I don't have too many. And then after that, 10:30 to maybe 12 o'clock, hey, I'll go, or take your kid out, go to the park, do yada yada yada, etc. until that time is up. So time blocking, by dictionary or by Google search, I'm gonna read it to you guys. A time management strategy where you schedule out every part, and we mean every part of your day. So from start to finish. Now, I'm sorry. Now that could just be an outline for you. Not everything is gonna go on schedule unless you are very like punctual about it. It's just a system to put into play to help you get things done, point blank period, like in general. Okay, so if you're the type of person where you feel like you cannot be responsible, at least at this moment, for your own like mental time blocking, maybe you need to physically write it down somewhere. Maybe you need to take a picture of that. There are also apps out there to help you time block. Really, there's just so many systems you can, and so many like aids that will help you with this. Now, I believe you start putting this into play, you will get a lot more done, guys. Disclaimer. I am not responsible if you get too much done by time blocking. I said it. It's not my fault. Also with the organization and planning, to me as a mom, as a teacher, and as a person that got other things that she wants to dabble in and dreams, I definitely need to, for me, get all the paperwork from my child's school together for future events. I need to keep up with my teacher events and the students and their birthdays, you know. So I need to, and what I do is I'll gather all the information together. You can see back here, this is one of my two calendars that I do have in my home. So this one is just mainly for like me, but I do also put my son's events on there. I'll post it up on the fridge, you know, the actual physical papers, you know, everywhere to remind me of things that I need to do. For me, I'm not the type of person where if I get the notification on my phone that I'll be like, oh yeah, this and this and that. No, I'm the person where I'll get a text message, no, I got it, okay, I'll swipe in, I'll be like, I'm gonna read it later, you know, and then like later comes and it's like a whole week later, okay? So to me, doing that on the phone does not work. I need to physically write it out on my calendar, and I'll do it in different colors as well. But you know, it's funny, time blocking actually works like that as well. You want to go ahead and do it in different colors, and I believe the apps are the system's already built to where everything is different colors, so that way you don't see things overlapping and get confused. That is a whole point. So stay organized and plan very well, guys, because everything has to correlate with each other, and if not, that's when things start getting like out of hand. All right, so just try your best to stay on top of all the lists that you're making, the pricings you're making. If you're time blocking or you're trying to get things done in a day, just keep track of that. If it doesn't work out in that day, just move it on to the next day if you can, and just keep doing that, okay? So that's gonna be it for organization and planning. Thank you. Okay, now we've entered category number 5, which is going to be self-care. Oh, yes. Oh, how much I adore self-care. Let me tell you guys. And it is essential. So subcategories underneath self-care, I'm going to say is hair, skin, nails, and oral hygiene. Okay? So everything from So say you start in your morning, have a nice morning routine. Maybe you're the type of person to take a shower in the morning. When you're in the shower, nicely exfoliate yourself. If you like to use hot water, go ahead and use hot. I say develop into warm and finish with cold. You know, cold water is really good to close your pores at the end of that. Also to seal your hair, and it's less elasticity, you know, so that way it's not as like vulnerable, because if you're planning on brushing your hair afterwards, depending on your hair type, it could damage your hair. But I'm not here for the whole hair details. I just want to give y'all the basics of that. So basically, I just want to let you know that you should take the time to take care of yourself as much as you're taking the time to work. And with that being said, you also need to take well enough time to get you enough rest, because without rest, you're not going to have the energy to do the things that you want to work on. And if you're not doing the things that you need to work on, essentially you're not going to be making the money to upkeep with the things that you want to upkeep in your life, like maybe your self-care, okay? Because at the end of the day, everything costs money. Now, with your self-care, it's the whole point is to center back to yourself. Like, I'm talking about exfoliating your skin, hydrating yourself, taking care of your hair and its vitamins, and it's like not just its length, but its health. So if you need to cut off those ends, you cut off those ends. If you need a big chop, girl, you go ahead and big chop. Take the time to just really enjoy yourself. Maybe you take yourself to the spa. If that's what you need to do, go get your toes done, your nails done. Maybe you already know some skills like that, so you take the time to do your own nails. Maybe you take the time to do your own waxing, you know? It's just all about upkeeping with your external health as much as important. I think internally it's way more important, but in this day and age, in society, your external health is wealth as well. So I'm not saying you need to be a bad B on 10 or the finest boy out here. Like, that's not the whole point. My whole point is keeping up with your hygiene. You know what I'm saying? Maybe some people, unlike me, some people do struggle bad with acne, and that's okay. But as long as you're still like cleaning yourself, you're still scrubbing, you're still freaking doing X, Y, and Z that you need to maintain a hygiene, like, that's all we could ask for in the real world. You know how many people I walk by and I'm like, girl, you stink, take a bath. Like, that's, don't be that girl. Like, don't be that person, you know? You want to upkeep yourself, whether it's like, oh, maybe you're oiling your hair and you throw it back and you just moisturize your skin and you're in a tee and shorts. At least you took the time to better your hygiene and your health, your hair, skin, and nails, your endocrine system, you guys. And tying into one of the earlier categories on like your intake on food, like your food is energy and your food is what is going to convert and help you with your hair, skin, and nails, because that will not be possible or be healthy without that internal shower, you know, with the great foods and minerals and vitamins, everything, guys. So without further ado, I just need you to please try to keep up with your external health, because nobody wants to be around and interact with somebody that clearly can't even externally like take care of themselves. You know, how are you supposed to feel comfortable like engaging or hearing advice off of somebody that just looks like they don't even have it together themselves? You know, like, you just want to hold yourself up on a pedestal and be like, you know what, like, I do need to take care of myself and my well-being, because if I'm already internally, say I'm not feeling the best, not just because, oh, I didn't eat good, like say emotionally, you know, that's going to transfer externally. You're probably not going to be, you don't need to be dressing on 10 like a fashion model. No, I'm just saying, like, you can tell when somebody has been taking care of themselves. Okay, so take your self-care seriously, very much seriously. Forget all the, oh, I'm gonna age, I'm gonna get all these like wrinkles and I'm gonna sag. Everybody is, okay? Hello, nature, gravity, science. It's gonna happen, okay? It's inevitable. We can slow the process, but the main thing is just take care of yourself. Wash your clothes so that we have clean clothes to put on, so you smell nice. Maybe you only use vinegar to wash your clothes. That's fine. That's totally fine. It does everything it needs to, guys. But yes, self-care is very much essential as everything else that is on this list. It's not just spoiling yourself, but it's, in the long run, you're just showing yourself how you should be treated, and you don't deserve any less than that. So take care of yourself, okay? Self-care. We did it, guys. Last but not least, freaking category number 6, which is going to be time by yourself, aka a little isolation / human interaction. Now, when I say these things, I'm meaning you taking time to actually put yourself maybe in an uncomfortable position. Maybe you don't have the best family, but some way, somehow, y'all still have maybe some events, blah, blah, blah. Maybe you try to get some closure on some. I know I'm number one. I did not grow up the best. I missed a lot, didn't learn a lot, figured out a lot on my own, went through a lot of things, right? Struggle. But I took away a lot from that. Even to this day, I'm still overcoming that, but I'm better than I was initially because I have opened my mind to so much. And I stopped thinking, I stopped thinking with just my heart. And I started like focusing on logic and facts and long term. And you know, you kind of have to think about it, even though every day isn't promised. Bro, when I tell you like every day isn't promised, it really isn't, bro. If you think it would never, it would. Never say never, okay? And I have to say that because you need to put yourself into real life and be real about this, okay? You might need to go spend some time with some family members now, or put yourself in that situation uncomfortably, because you may not get the chance that you got right now to go and do that, for real. And it's kind of sad to think about, but yes, that is the truth. And it's good to spend time with family and with your kids, you know, your mom, maybe your grandpa, whichever the case is, okay? Your cousins. But as much as it is great to spend time with your family and how beautiful it is, with the holidays or birthdays, too much, how can I say, too much of the good stuff can be the bad stuff. So families are still families. There's unspoken things, spoken things, elephants in the room, okay? So when that starts coming around, it is okay to draw yourself back and take a moment for as long as you need. Now, with that being said, you don't need to speak with emotion and blow up about certain situations, depending on when it happened, how it happened, and if you're still over it or not, okay? You can choose to take yourself out of a situation, to just either not think about it, to feel it, go through it, and let it go. You feel it, you let it go. And you know what? It's all right to just go ahead and take that isolation time by yourself, because it'll help your mental health, and you'll be low-key but high-key teaching yourself how to emotionally regulate yourself. This is something, and if you have a child, that you actually work on every day with your child, or you should be. You should be. Now, helping adults emotionally regulate and trying to do that to yourself is harder, but the more time you spend with yourself and you ask yourself, like, why did that make me feel this way? Okay, what can I do to diffuse myself right now? Whether you're angry, annoyed, or depressed, sad. You feel me? There are certain habits that will enhance those things and certain habits that will, like, dissolve them. So, for example, listening to music on your own time, in your isolation time, can be beautiful, such a relaxing thing, right? But if you're constantly listening to music that's not, so it doesn't have to be necessarily motivating, but it's not helping, that's the toxic music that certain people talk about, that evil music that you should stay away from. Because if you're not listening to it, and then you're jamming, and eventually you're like, oh, okay, whatever, like, I let it go. Like, if you're in that continuous cycle where it's just sad, depressed, angry, I'm gonna hurt somebody or anything like that. And I do not promote any type of violence or anything on this channel, by the way. I'm just expressing that you shouldn't be putting yourself into those like those mind habits. Those are like unconscious things that you're going to start doing by making that choice to listen to the evil music. Or maybe you have a toxic trait or a bad habit of falling to substance, you know, in your isolation. When you're in your isolation to spend time with yourself, yeah, it's cool to have fun and treat yourself. However, you want it to be controlled, guys. Like, it can be such a beautiful thing when you figure out what it is that lights a fire in you to continue to do what it is that you want to do. And you just, this whole thing is just like, it's a mental game. Life is a total mental game, and if nobody's told you that, I'm gonna tell you that. Because one thing that really was lacked to me and that was not given to me, I was not born into, was people guiding me and expressing what life comes with, what it consists of, and what it takes to live in this lifetime. Many things and many people have failed me, okay? I'm not about to go on that list. It'd be easier to tell you the list of people and things that did quite the opposite of that. But anyways, human interaction and isolation are very, very, very crucial in a human's lifetime, because we need people. It takes a village. You ever heard that phrase? It takes a village to raise a child. And that is so true. And I'm not just talking about myself, I'm just talking about people in general, because you need human interaction so that way you can get your dopamine feed and everything, you know? Like, it just, you just want to enjoy life. That is literally the whole sole purpose. And it all starts with your mindset, because where your mind is at and how you think, how you process, and how you transfer things and how you receive it is everything, okay? And that is what's really like inspired me to make this video. It's probably an elongated video, but I hope you guys stay to like really listen to some things I have to say, and I hope you could learn a couple of things from this, because nobody was around to tell me anything like this, unfortunately. So I just want to share it with you. But yes, like, there's just so many beneficial things from taking time to yourself and your mindset to just isolate yourself, spend time with family, guys. Like, it's very crucial. You don't want to waste a moment. I don't want you to regret anything. People be like, oh, I have no regrets because without it, I wouldn't be like this and like this. And I completely understand that. But there are also circumstances where if you could seize the moment over again and do it differently, like, would you? So just think about that on like what you do currently, like in time, in that moment, is what I'm trying to say. So, yeah, guys, seize that shit. All right, lovelies, that was all 6 categories I had on how to change your mindset. And I hope you could take away a lot from those 6 things. I tried to explain as much as I could in the best way that I could, and I hope that made sense to you and it correlates to you back home, and you can transfer this into your real life and change your life, bro. Honestly, ever since I started doing these things, my life has not been the same ever since. It just keeps getting better and better. And I promise you, if you practice at least 3 of these things, incorporate it, and eventually do all of them, just be mindful, be mindful, be mindful, be mindful, and live your life. And life's literally what you make it. So make that shit count, because I don't know if you're gonna remember the next one. Who knows? Okay, who knows? All right, but that's all I gotta give. Thank you for watching. If you have not already, go ahead and subscribe. My name is Mia Rose, you guys. You're gonna keep seeing me. You're gonna see me again. Watch. Put on that bell. Turn on them notifications, okay? Because we are on fire. I am on a roll. And we're gonna keep the ball rolling, let me tell you. Because this year and the next year and the year after that, we're just gonna keep killing it. To the day I die. And here comes my cat. Thank you guys. I love you. Thank you for your time. My name is Mia Rose. You already know what it is. And I'm gonna see you on the next one, right? Bye.